everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make caramel apple donuts. This recipe comes in Pampered Chef's Better Batter box, along with a couple of other recipes and the products that you need to make this delicious recipe. So I'm excited to share the Better Batter box with you. It's going to be available starting September 1st, 2022, and for a limited time. So you definitely want to make sure that you get this. It's the perfect gift to send someone. It comes, all the products come together packaged in this box, so you can shop directly on my website, send it to anyone that you like, and they will be so excited to get this. So let's take a look and see what's inside. So in the Better Batter box, you're going to get a pack of Pampered Chef's donut mix. You're also going to get a bottle of Cinnamon Plus. If you're not familiar with our Cinnamon Plus, this is a seasoning that we don't carry year round. I'm hoping they're going to bring it back this fall outside of this box, but right now it's only available in the Better Batter box. Cinnamon Plus Spice Blend. You're also going to get a donut pan. Now, I've kept this one packaged up because I already have one, and I will probably be gifting this box to someone as well. So it also comes with 3 recipe cards and then a little bonus card with some extra details. So the recipes included are caramel apple donuts, homemade mini bagels with pesto cream cheese, and carrot cake donuts. I can't wait to make all of these, but today we're gonna make the caramel apple donuts. So I'm gonna put the other recipe cards in here so that I don't mess them up, get them dirty. I'm gonna put the donut mix and the Cinnamon Plus back in here because I've already got that out and ready to go. So the first step we're gonna do for this recipe is we're gonna go ahead and cook our apples because they do need to cool down a little bit. So I'm gonna do that first so that we have time together to hopefully finish this recipe. If this is the first time that you're watching videos of mine, I hope you'll click the subscribe button here on YouTube and also tap the bell so that you're notified anytime I post new videos. I also have a recipe community on Facebook. You can find it by going to theflipflopchef.com and clicking the button at the top, and I'll also share this recipe there with you as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the apples, we need to take 1 apple, we need to peel, core, and dice it, and then we're gonna microwave it. So we're gonna use a Granny Smith apple. I will say, the recipe does say that Honey Crisp or Fuji apples work the best, but this is what we have in our kitchen, and so that's what we're gonna use today. I'm gonna take the serrated peeler. This comes as part of a set. It includes a regular vegetable peeler, which I could use on the apple, this serrated peeler, and also a julienne peeler. The julienne peeler is great if you wanted to make super thin strips of fruits or vegetables. So think carrots, zucchinis, squash, cucumbers. You could probably even use it on an apple. I haven't tried that before, so that's something we could try. But you get little tiny strips. So we're just gonna peel this, and I'll remove any of these bad spots with my knife. So let's cut those off, and had more than I was expecting. Let's see if I can grab another apple. That one doesn't look as good as I had hoped. Let's see. Connor keeps them in the fridge, so let me grab one out of the fridge. He likes to eat them cold. There we go. We'll use this one. This one looks better. So let's start over here. Let's peel this apple, and then we'll core it with our core, and then we're gonna dice it with our quick slice. So if you haven't seen the quick slice, you're going to be blown away. It's pretty cool. All right. We're gonna peel this, and let me toss these peels in the garbage. And then I'm gonna show you our really cool apple core. And you could use the apple core for pears as well, and even like plums if you wanted to. So we're just going to line that up, twist down, and you see it goes all the way through. Pull this piece out, and then this little piece has a button. You're just gonna pop that up, and the core comes right out. And that's a dishwasher safe product, so it's really easy to clean. All right, now we're gonna use our quick slice. I'm gonna cut this in half. So we've peeled it, we've cored it, we've cut it in half. Now we're gonna take our quick slice, and I'm gonna place the apple right here. Let me zoom in so you guys can get a closer look at this because it is pretty cool. Whoops, sorry about that. I may have been all over the screen there for a second. But you're just gonna line the blades up with the grooves in the base. And so this is a great way to get slices, but I'm gonna keep this together, and then I'm gonna turn it the other way, slice it again, and check this out. We get these little slices. So we're gonna toss this in our 1 quart micro cooker. And let's do the other half. Let's see. So we're gonna slice, hold it together, and then rotate it so we get this dice. All right, that is also dishwasher safe. I'm gonna add to this, my hands are really sticky. Let me wash my hands real quick and I'll give you a bigger view here of what we're gonna do. And keep moving along. So as you guys are watching, I would love to know where you're from, where you're watching from, and if you have Pampered Chef in your kitchen. Okay, so we're gonna combine together 1 cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon plus. We are gonna do that in our large silicone bowl. It was hiding from me. So let's measure out 1 cup of sugar. So I'm just using the 1/2 cup measuring cup because it fits better in my canister. So 1/2 cup, 1/2 cup. So we have 1 cup of sugar. And then we're gonna add to this 2 tablespoons of cinnamon plus, which I already measured out in our super cool new stainless steel scoop. So I'm gonna take one of our spatulas, I'm gonna mix this together, and then the recipe says to combine the apple pieces with 2 tablespoons of the cinnamon sugar mixture. So after I mix the cinnamon sugar, I'm gonna use that little scoop again and pour this over the apples. So this little scoop has measurements on it, both on the inside and on the outside. 1, 2, and 3 teaspoons, and then 1 and 2 tablespoons. And did I lie to you? They're not printed on the inside, but there are lines so that you can see what you need. But 2 tablespoons is basically a scoop, and we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the cinnamon sugar mixture here in the apples. And it says to microwave this for 3 minutes and 30 seconds or until it is soft. So let me toss these a little bit. I'll pop these in the microwave for 3 minutes. We'll just do 3 minutes, see if we need that extra 30 seconds. Put the lid on here. Y'all hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And so while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the recipes that are in the box. I can't wait to try these. So you've got the carrot cake donuts. Now this one does not use the donut mix. It uses, basically you're making it from scratch, but these look so good. And after you bake them, you put a dollop of frosting on the inside of the hole of the donut. These are gonna be delicious. Christian and I will enjoy those. And then homemade mini bagels with pesto cream cheese. This is super easy. Also making them from scratch, but you're using Greek yogurt, so it's a really quick and easy recipe to pull together. And then it has whipped pesto cream cheese. It's just cream cheese with prepared pesto. Now, on your card here, you're going to have all those recipes, but on the back, there are several different tips on how to take photos of your food, so that's really cool. And then it makes some suggestions for some other things that you might want to purchase from Pampered Chef, like the donut mix, more of the donut mix, so you can make this recipe more than once. Dulce de leche cake mix, that's one of my favorites from Pampered Chef. Our pretzel dough mix, beer bread mix, and then there are QR codes here so that you can scan to get recipes for baked vanilla donuts, baked chocolate donuts, and baked apple cider donuts. I've made the apple cider donuts. They are amazing, so definitely check that out. So while we're waiting on this, we are going to, I'm going to talk about another product that's new from Pampered Chef, and that is our 4-quart insulated bowl. So if you've been eyeing this over here and you're like, wait a minute, that looks bigger than the ones we already have, it is. So this one is 4 quarts, so it's really, really deep. It holds a lot of food, and the cool thing about these is they were designed to keep food hot for up to 2 hours. So if you're going to be serving dinner on Thanksgiving or Christmas or any time and you need to keep food warm for an extended period of time, this is what you want. This is basically a Yeti for your food. It also is a great ice bucket, so you can put a ton of ice in here. I don't have a bunch in here, but I did put some ice in here because we want this apple mixture to have a chance to cool off a little bit. So I'm going to speed that process up again. When the apples are done cooking in the microwave, I'm just going to put the micro cooker right inside here and let that ice kind of sit around there, and it'll expedite the process of getting these donuts ready to go. So while we wait for that, I want to go ahead and brush our donut pan here, and I'm going to move some of these other ingredients out of the way that I don't need for this recipe so I don't confuse you guys. And then we're going to just brush this with a little bit of oil. So this is our oil dispenser bottle, and our oil and vinegar. I love this because you just press on these buttons on the side and it pops the oil up in here. You can measure 1, 2, or 3 teaspoons up to a tablespoon of oil with that. Let me check the apples, and I'm also going to grab a bowl to put that in so we can brush that on. So let's see what we got here. I think those are great. So let's put the micro cooker inside of this bowl. So you see I can't even shake that ice because it kind of sticks to the sides. So you just break this up a little bit. So if you're using this as an ice bucket, just put a little scoop in there. Alright, I'm going to take the lid off just to kind of let that steam a little. Can you guys see what I did here? Put some ice around there. So that's going to help that hopefully cool off fast enough for us. We're going to see. We may just go with it and see what happens, see how it turns out. We're going to take a little bit of oil. So this is about a tablespoon, and I'm going to brush the inside of each well. So you always want to follow the recipe whenever you're making something. If it tells you to grease the pan or flour the pan, make sure you're doing that. So we're going to oil this a little bit, and I'm going to get some more oil. So I'm going to just pump some more of this out, and then we'll pour it into my bowl. You could also use the kitchen spritzer, and we're going to make some donut holes with this batter as well. So you could make 2 pans of donuts, but I am going to bake donut holes in one and just regular donuts in the other. So you could choose how you want to do this. Now for the donut holes, I'm just going to toss them in the cinnamon sugar and serve them as they are. I might drizzle them with caramel. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. The donuts though, we're going to bake these, then we're going to dip them in the remaining cinnamon sugar mixture, and then we're going to drizzle them with caramel and put chopped peanuts on the top. So you guys, it's going to be amazing. So let me give this a little stir. The steam is gone. That ice is melting, so I know that this is cooling this off. So get a little more steam there. So while we're waiting on that to cool off a little bit more, let's go ahead and mix together the rest of the ingredients. So let's check the recipe so we don't miss anything. So it says combine the milk and oil in a medium mixing bowl, add the cooled apple mixture and the donut mix. So I'm going to use our plastic mixing bowls for these. There are 3 different sizes. So you have a 2, 3, and 4 quart size mixing bowls. I think we'll be able to go with this middle one. I love it because they have these little silicone grippers on the bottom to keep it from slipping and sliding around. So we're going to pour 1.5 cups of milk and a 1/4 cup of oil. Let's see. And then I think we're supposed to put the apple mixture, but we're going to put the donut mixture in there first. Since those apples are still a little bit warm, I don't want to add that warm mix with that milk. So we're going to pour in our donut mix. And if you haven't tried Pampered Chef's donut mix, it is so good. My twins turned 10 in July, and Christian requested a giant donut cake using Pampered Chef's donut mixture or donut mix, and he still talks about that. It's just been something that he really, really loved. He's not a big sweets person, and so I combined 2 donut mixes, baked them in our numbers and letters cake pan set. His was the 0. His twin Connor had a brownie in a number 1 made in the numbers and letters cake pan. And I used 2 packages of donut mix. I have that posted in my recipe community if you want to know the exact baking time and all the details. And then I found a chocolate donut glaze recipe on Pinterest and made that, put it right on top of the cake and sprinkled it with a ton of sprinkles, and it was great. So he had a big giant chocolate glazed donut with sprinkles as his 10th birthday cake. All right, so let's go ahead and add in this apple mixture. Oh, you guys, it does not feel like fall here in South Florida today, but it smells like fall here in my kitchen for sure. So we're gonna mix this together, get it nice and incorporated, and then we're gonna put this in a piping bag so that we can pipe all of this in. Hopefully those apple slices aren't too big, so we'll see. All right, so let's get this ready to go. So we're gonna take our decorating bag set, and I'm gonna use the larger of the 2 bags. So this is this container right here is sold separately. This is our rolling cookie cutter set storage container. We don't sell the rolling cookie cutter, I had to think of what it's called. We don't sell that anymore, but we do still sell the container, so you can purchase these if you like, and it holds all of your tips, and you can put those right into your container. We are going to use the large open tip. So let's get all of this put together here. So this is the smaller, for the smaller tips. So the really cool thing about these, if you're a cake decorator or a baker, you've got to get these. These are silicone, so forget everything that you know about all of the reusable icing bags that you've seen on the market. I've not found anything as good as this. Most of the reusable ones, they're so hard to clean because all the butter from your icing is just so greasy and it makes it hard to get it off. But they also become wrinkled and they don't look pretty, they're hard to work with, they're hard to store. But these are silicone, and so they are so easy to clean. You just take a little bit of dish soap. I just usually invert these inside out, put a little dish soap in my hand and water, and literally you can just wipe off all of the grease. And if you don't believe me, just get them and try them. Pampered Chef offers free returns for 30 days. We'll pay the return shipping, so if you want to try them and you hate them, then you can send them back. But I've never had anybody send them back, and I have quite a few bakers in my recipe community who use these. So we're going to put these together, and I like to use a cup like this, and I'm going to fold this. And my friend Lisa, if you're watching, thank you. I use my cup to drink out of all the time, but I'm going to use it today to hold this upright. Now I'm going to fold this up. I always make a mess when I'm making donuts, always, but I always try not to. So let me make sure I didn't forget to put anything in here. So combine the milk and oil, add the cold apple mixture, stir to combine, transfer the batter to a piping bag. Okay, so we're going to pour this in to this piping bag. And I'm not going to do all of it because some of this is going to end up in my donut hole pan. And so we're going to make 12 regular donuts. So we're going to pop this up, and I'm going to reach in and grab this piece. See if I can do this without making a mess. I'm going to just hold this over the, there we go, the pan, and you're going to fill these about 2/3 full. So one good turn all the way around. It's way easier to use this than it is to use, what am I trying to say? Like a scoop. I lost my train of thought. I'm having to concentrate too much on this. I hope you guys are excited about this. Who will you send the fall Better Batter box to? Who is somebody that you know would just really, really enjoy this? Let's see how much more I have in there. I poured almost enough mixture, but not quite enough. So I'm going to show you guys. Oops, hang on, let's see. Let's see how much we can get in there. Man, I'm good. I had almost enough. I'm going to take my small scoop now and just scoop out just enough to fill this one. So you could use a scoop, but you just kind of have to go around and around. Now, what you're going to do next is you're going to tap this on the counter. So tap it, that gets out any bubbles, and then we're going to put this in the oven at 425. I have my oven preheated 7 to 9 minutes until the donuts are brown, and spring back when lightly pressed. So let me put this in the oven, hang tight. Grab my timer. This is Pampered Chef's timer. It has 4 timers in one. I'm gonna press T1, clear it out, and I'm gonna add 7 minutes, and then we'll check that. Press go, and it starts counting down. So when this is done, I'll go ahead and tell you what we're gonna do next. So when it's done, you're gonna remove the donuts from the pan. You're gonna immediately toss them in the remaining sugar mixture that we have here, and then repeat what we just did, but I'm gonna make donut holes instead. And let's see, and then spoon caramel topping into a microwave bowl, microwave it for 30 seconds till it's pourable, and then put the peanuts on a plate and dip them. So let's go ahead and fill our donut hole pan, and I may go off camera for a bit and then come back and show you guys how we finished this off, okay? So for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray. I probably didn't pump enough in here for this whole pan, but we're gonna see. Maybe. Yep, all good. So this is our kitchen spritzer. I love this because you don't have to worry about the preservatives that you get from sprays that you buy at the grocery store. So you just fill it with whatever oil you like. I tend to just have vegetable oil or olive oil in here. When you're done, you're gonna burp it, let any air out. I sprayed almost all of it, so there's not a whole lot in there to actually burp out. But we're gonna take the small scoop and, oops, hang on. And we're gonna scoop this into our donut hole pan. I'm doing a Pampered Chef party tonight, and so I'm gonna take these along so everybody can have a sample. So if you guys are in or near the Sarasota, Florida area, and you would like to host your own Pampered Chef party in person, I do home parties. A lot of people don't do home parties anymore, but I do lots of home parties, love them, and would love to do one for you if you were in the area. Now, if you're not in the area, I would love to help you with an online party, and those are super easy. Pampered Chef has their own party platform and makes it super easy to party there. And you earn lots of free products, lots of discounted items, and you get a discount for 10% off for a whole year. Now, if you're watching and you're like, man, I should totally be a consultant, I could do everything that she's doing, reach out to me. I would love the opportunity to help you start your own Pampered Chef business and help you start earning some money. So if you don't know me and don't know anything about me, I've been with Pampered Chef for over 23 years. At the time of recording this video, I joined Pampered Chef when I was 18, and here I am now. I'll be 42 soon, and so I'm still here and still loving it. So we're gonna tap this just like that, and these are probably gonna bake a little bit less time. Maybe not, because there's no hole in the middle, but we're gonna test it out. So the recipe doesn't have instructions for donut holes, but what we're gonna do, I'll go off camera for a few minutes. I'll come back when these are done. We'll have the caramel sauce and the peanuts ready. We'll get everything pulled together, so you guys hang tight. I'll see you in a bit. All right, you guys, I am back, and I'm excited to show you how to finish up these donuts. The donut holes are in the oven right now, and actually I'm gonna move this over here, and I'm gonna take my baking rack and just flip it upside down on top of the donut pan, and just flip this right over. I'm using our mini oven mitts to do this. Let's see how hot this pan is. I think you can hold on to it. So there are these donuts. Hey, beautiful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop. Oh, first we have to it says immediately toss them in these the sugar. So we're gonna pour our cinnamon sugar in here, and I'm gonna just toss them in the cinnamon sugar, and then make a big mess on my table, right? My counter. It's all right. Then we're gonna dip them in caramel, and I'm gonna chop up some peanuts to put on here. And these are not really too hot to handle. They were out of the oven maybe 2 minutes before I came back on camera. I was trying to pull all the ingredients together and clean up my mess just a little bit. So these would be great just the way that they are right now, but we're gonna add the caramel and the peanuts. And I would recommend putting a baking sheet under this, like this half sheet pan, but I'm going to use that sheet pan for the finished product here. So I should have grabbed 2 of them, but I only grabbed 1. And by the way, the half sheet pan and the baking rack are sold together as a set. Okay, so we've got more cinnamon sugar for the donut holes. So let's get these dipped in caramel and peanuts. But we're gonna chop the peanuts in our food chopper. If you haven't seen this product, it's pretty cool. Every time you press on this, the blades rotate. So you're not mashing your food, you're chopping it. And you can chop into this little container right here. So I'm just gonna put this on there, and actually for nuts, you can just toss them in the top there. Whoops. There we go. Chop these up, take out your aggression, your frustration. I'm gonna put these in a bowl, just like that. And let's get a little bit messy here. So I'm gonna take this is homemade caramel sauce that I made in the deluxe cooking blender. I have a video on my channel showing you how to do that. I'm gonna take the top of the donut, dip it in the caramel, and then dip it in the peanuts. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to try these. So we're gonna make a mess. I've contaminated Keith's caramel now, so I guess I'm gonna have to make him a new batch. Good thing it's easy to make. It's just heavy cream, butter, brown sugar, vanilla, and salt. Super easy to make. All right, so I'm gonna just keep dipping, and I'm probably gonna need some more peanuts. I didn't want to chop more than I needed. That one's getting away from me. Aren't these so pretty, you guys? It smells so good over here. I can't wait to help you guys get your better batter box in your kitchen. So let me wash my hands. I'll finish the rest of these off camera because I'm gonna need to chop up some more peanuts. But let's see, my timer's going off. Let me check on our donut holes real quick, and let's see how they're looking. I think they need like 1 more minute maybe. So well here, let's just keep going. You guys are good with me, I hope. Let's chop a little bit more peanuts, and then we'll finish this together. How about that? And then I'll show you the donut holes. 1 minute's not too long, right? Okay. See, I did it again. Pour your nuts into the chopper and then over. Forget that every single time. Chop these up, and we'll finish dipping, and then we'll check on those donut holes. So you could do 1 pan of donut holes, 1 pan of donuts, and then you have options too. Because I know my kids, they don't like too many nuts, and so they would rather have these without. So we'll do the donuts with, the donut holes without. We have 2 more. Let's see. Oh, whoops, that one's gonna have extra, extra caramel on that one. I'll make sure that's the one that I sample, right? See, it's not even, it doesn't even look pretty now. I got way too much caramel on there. All right, let's grab our donut holes, and we'll toss them in the cinnamon sugar and to get those finished up. Oh yeah, these are perfect now. See if I can pop these out. Yeah, they're a little bit hot, but I'll just throw them in there. Let me get another scraper. And yeah, I didn't get that close all the way. And see, I'm just gonna toss these in like that, and then I'll have 2 different choices with this recipe. And so I like having options, so I don't know about you, but would you like it with the nuts or just with the cinnamon sugar mixture? So let me know what you think about this recipe. Let me know if I can help you purchase the Better Batter Box. As a consultant with Pampered Chef, I do earn commission on the products that I sell, and I love the opportunity to earn your business and be your consultant. Promise I'll take great care of you. I'll talk to you next time, you guys. See ya.